Imagine a spacecraft that isn't just a mode of transport, but a statement, a declaration of power, elegance, and technological supremacy. Enter the realm of the extraordinary with the santok.yai, a medium fighter that transcends the boundaries of space and redefines the art of interstellar combat. Crafted by the esteemed Aopoa Corporation, the santok.yai is not merely a ship, it's a masterpiece of Xi'an engineering, an original export, untouched by the hands of replication or reverse engineering. This vessel stands as a proud testament to the ingenuity of its creators. With dimensions that command respect, 24 meters in length, 23 meters in width, 10 meters in height, this Leviathan of the Stars weighs in at a formidable 88,524 kilograms. Launched in December 2023 during Patch Cycle 3.22, the santok.yai is a marvel of modern spacecraft design. At the heart of this behemoth lies a suite of components engineered for peak performance. Size 2 full-stop shield provides an impressive barrier against incoming fire for a medium fighter. Dual Size 1 Dynaflux power plants pulse with the energy needed to propel you through the cosmos. Size 1 polar coolers and a Size 1 beacon quantum drive ensure that your journey is as smooth as it is swift. But what is a warrior without its weapons? The santok.yai comes armed to the teeth with 4 Size 3 Gang 2 laser repeaters, ready to unleash a torrent of destruction upon your foes. For those who prefer a more explosive approach, 4 missile launchers hold 2 Size 2 Tempest missiles each, totaling 8 missiles poised for devastation. This Titan of the Stars boasts 12,410 total hit points, ensuring that it can withstand the harshest of battles. With an SCM speed of 220 meters a second, afterburner boost speed of 480 meters a second, and a maximum navigational speed of 1,150 meters a second, the santok.yai moves with a grace and velocity matched by its peers. Its agility is further accentuated by a max pitch and yaw rate of 51 degrees a second, allowing for maneuvers that will leave your adversaries in awe. But the santok.yai is more than just numbers and specs. It's a symbol of the evolving bond between humanity and the Xi'an Empire, a vessel that carries the spirit of the fearsome Tok.yai, the apex predator of the Xi'an world Xi. This ship is not just a means to traverse the stars, it's a journey into the heart of what it means to be truly formidable. So, pilot, are you ready to take the helm of the santok.yai? To carve your path through the cosmos with the precision of a Xi'an warrior, the grace of a celestial dancer? The stars are calling. santok.yai is your answer. Well, hello folks, and welcome back to another video from Fisting Jawa Save the Universe. I am Fist-25, and together we're going to explore the santok.yai, one of the medium fighters from Aopoa. I'm going to save my final analysis for the end and my recommendations on if you actually should or want to buy this ship, because it's got some issues. Anybody who's flown it in 3.23.1, which we're in right now, has probably noticed it. Yeah, I wanted to love this ship so much. Foreshadowing though. Right now, let's roll that intro and go check out the santok.yai. Well, hey there, folks, and welcome back. Let's go ahead and kick things off with a bit of history about the santok.yai. This ship has been around for quite a while. It all started back in 2915 when the folks at Aopoa decided it was time for a new medium fighter for the Xi'an military. Fast forward to 2934, and that's when we humans first got a peek at these sleek ships. The UE Navy used to call them Aries, and they showed up along the old Perry line. It's believed this was all because of a trade dispute a year earlier. Pretty cool, right? All right, now let me tell you about this incredible incident involving the santok.yai. Imagine this. It's September 24th, 2941, and out of nowhere, the Xi'an package ship goes boom in the orbit of Yamping, in the Yaman system. 4 santok.yai escorts were with the ship, and they had to make an emergency landing on the planet because their oxygen was running out. So these ships are stranded on Yamping, which is pretty far from any major settlements, and they haven't sent out a distress call, but luckily, a covert UEE reconnaissance outpost nearby picks up the signal from the explosion. The outpost commander makes a bold decision to rescue the stranded pilots, even though it could blow their cover. The UEE's Eagle's Talon, a nearby destroyer, gets involved and sends out a couple of MPUVs to the crash site. When they get there, they find out that 2 of the santok.yai escorts were badly damaged in the explosion and didn't survive the crash. The survey teams start looking for the other 2 ships. One team finds the 3rd fighter on an icy plain, but as they're trying to de-ice the wreck, the ship's live munitions go off, destroying the site, and sadly, killing everyone there, including the pilot. Now, the 2nd team did have better luck. They find the 4th fighter, and it's actually landed safely. They follow tracks in the snow and find out that the pilot has left the ship to find his wingman. Eventually, they spot the pilot from the air, rescue him, and take him aboard the escort. He's treated for exposure and later sent back to the Xi'an Empire. Despite this tragedy, this whole incident actually helped human-Xi'an relations. It showed that humans were willing to risk a lot to help the Xi'an, but from a military intelligence perspective, it was a bit of a mixed bag. They got some info from the crash site, but it wasn't as much as they had hoped for. So now we're looking at the Aopoa santok.yai, and of course, there's still issues with having damage even on a nice ship. And this came out in the last patch 3.22. I wasn't able to make a video on it. I wanted to save the video for master modes because I knew it was going to change and it just didn't seem right for me. Here's the deal. I've had the ship since it was in concept. It's very similar to the Car2All, but it's the medium version, if you will, of the Car2All. And it does have potential. I don't want to say I hate it, but it's by far my least favorite of all of the medium fighters. And it's not necessarily due to the bugs, it's more due to just the overall ship. It's got some really cool things for it. It's got some awesome alien stuff and alien tech, but let's go over the ship right now and just kind of take a look at it, basically. So first off, we have a cockpit canopy bug type of thing because the Xi'an are turtles, and I don't know what the significance of the round thing is in there, but that's where you enter, and we're going to enter there in a little bit. As you can see, there's the button for enter pilot seat and canopy, and our only options are enter pilot seat and open pilot canopy. If we open the pilot canopy, you'll see that that's a really cool animation. And eventually there's some stairs that kind of come out of nowhere with a seat, and it comes right down here on the ground. And that's how we get in. We get into that floating seat, and it takes us into the cockpit. Now, there are some other things around here with the santok.yai, like this button right here that we can click and click and click and nothing happens. I believe that is the actual internal storage, but it's broken. It doesn't work in 3.23.1, and that's kind of sad. This is kind of a transformer ship, first and foremost. You can see the big engines here. There's 4 of these. When the ship is transformed, these engines will face forward and blow out backwards. But there is a problem when the ship is in its folded up configuration like this. It has good VTOL, but it has very little authority to slow down. Moving forward, moving back, and slowing down. It's got a real problem with that. So I think CIG has to adjust the thrusters, which should be here. Like, that's a retro thruster, and there's just some work that needs to be done at this point. Moving around the ship, you can see there is another engine back here. It is a symmetrical ship, so there's 2 engines on each side. And this ship does, as you'll see in a minute, does kind of transform like the Car2All does. It has the bug-like landing gear up here, and it lands on its I guess you call it a wing over here and over there. Towards the back of the ship, it has kind of an odd fuselage, rear fuselage area. That really doesn't matter because this whole side goes down and under the ship when it transforms. So it actually is nice, and in the last patch it flew really well in this configuration, but it doesn't in this patch, as you will no doubt see. As we go along the bottom of the ship, there are some different compartments here, none of which I have been able to access. The button highlights, but nothing happens. If I click F, nothing happens. So same with this guy here. If I right click, no interaction wheel, so there's nothing going on there. That is a thruster port. So there's not much we can do as far as components and things like that. Storage broken, and I'm sure this will get fixed, right? It's not that huge of a deal, but at the same time, it's a bummer. It is a bummer. So now that we've taken a look around the santok.yai, let's go ahead and hop inside the canopy, because at least that works. Enter pilot seat. We'll see the kind of crazy seat come out. Of course, my view is off. There we go. Now we are in pilot seat. And switch my view. So really cool sounds. The alien sounds are very nice, actually. It's got these weird control gimbals up here. It's an interesting ship. So we're going to go ahead and click at flight ready.
Systems activating. Systems on.
So that sounds cool. Alien ship, right? Let's take a look around the cockpit here. We have our power on, power off button. I don't, even though there probably should be an ejection seat handle, it doesn't have an interaction with it. These two little balls here that my hands are on, that controls the ship for flight. We have our radar up here. These buttons, let's see, this is exterior. This one's, oh, you got to kind of come off of them to go onto them. Open canopy, self-destruct. Why that's not in a different place, I don't know. Engine on. This one down here is VTOL exit. We have an MFD, and over here we have eject. So there is an eject, but it's a button now. Hail target, enable shields, weapons on, spool quantum drive, headlights. Looks like that one doesn't have anything. Scam mode enable, and spool quantum drive. I think I already said that. So let's check out the lights. Nope, not gonna do nothing. There's the lights. Really, really bright. Not as bright, I don't think, as the Car 2all. That thing was well known for its lights. The function with just two MFDs, it's. I wish there was more. I wish it looks like there's maybe room for one down here, but it's a medium fighter. I guess we got to make do with what we have. So that is the basic cockpit tour. And I guess let's pull up out of here. We go into third person, open the hangar. As we kind of go up, see, there's no real problem going up and out of here using the VTOL mechanic. Going forward in this mode enables some kind of a drift. And that's my problem with this ship. Now, granted, the landing gear are down, so I'm going very slow, but let me bring the gear up. So this is the full transformer configuration, right? This is full authority of the ship. It actually flies really well in this mode, considering we're in SCM speeds. But let us, if we may, back up this way. And let's fold it up. Let's just hit K for our VTOL button. And let's go forward. So it goes really slow. And let's say I'm trying to precision land somewhere. I have let go of the throttle. And we're still going. So, yeah. Now I'm holding down X. As you can see, my boost is depleting to try to stop my momentum. I can move around a little bit, but I am not bleeding off speed. So that's a problem. And I think it has something to do with the way the engines are pointed or something like that. Maybe when I turned around, my speed did stop. But if I go this fast, it's not stopping. So I don't know if that's a bug or what. because when you can see my hands going backwards, I'm not reverse thrusting at this point. If I transform it again, you see my speed goes down to nothing, and I move forward, I'll let go of the throttle, we actually go back. We're not just drifting through space. So it's almost like we're decoupled when the wings are folded in that configuration. So very interesting, guys. One of the reasons I don't like this, besides that none of the other stuff actually works. If you listen to the sounds when it turns, it actually sounds really good. Let's check out its transformer ability here in space. We're not able VTOL. You see everything? Okay, that back piece actually goes up. So my bad, I thought it went down. But the cartridge wall goes down. This one goes up. It does have a very good look to it. And I really like this red paint that I bought with it. I'll be buying this in game. I just won't be... I'll probably be CCUing the ship. So, moving along here forward, our SCM speed, which most SCM speeds are about 220, I think. Our full boost speed here. We'll see if Urkel was right. About 438 or so, which is pretty darn good. And we will go into... We'll go into nav mode. And we'll check out our full speed here. Let's check out our max speed in nav mode. Center my stick. We are cruising, let's see, 1150. That's even with boost. So 1150 is our max speed here. So we went quite a distance from Seraphim Station. Go back into SCM, see our shields recharge pretty darn quick. So it's not a bad ship. It's just not a great ship. So. So now let's talk about something really exciting. The santok.yai becoming available to us humans. On November 28th, 2948, at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, Aopoa announced that they were adding the santok.yai to the civilian lineup. This was actually a big deal because it meant all that years, all the time of intelligence gathering by the UEE was now kind of obsolete. Aopoa's decision came after nearly 3 decades of selling the car to all to humans, so it wasn't totally out of the blue. The reveal of the santok.yai was a huge event. It was all about celebrating Xi'an culture, and the ship was the star of the show. Even though the military had been studying it for over 10 years, seeing it up close and personal was something else. The santok.yai we get to fly is a bit different from the mil-spec ones the military had seen, but it's close enough to know that we know that it's got some serious Xi'an tech in it. What's really interesting is how similar the santok.yai is to the Xi'an military fighters. It's got the same dual vector thrusters and Yang 2 repeaters, and it moves just like the ones the military had observed. This has got some analysts worried because it suggests that the Xi'an military might have something even more advanced we haven't seen yet. And with the F-8 Lightning just coming into service, that really is something to think about. All right, and with that being said, this is a military, medium fighter here. I think it's time we fly it around. What do you guys think? Let's go find a place to fly. First off, let's check out its ability to travel. We're going to go ahead and head over to Jawa. We want something in the light, I think. Yeah, let's go to 157. Come on, 157. Nope, doesn't like it, so I gotta type it in. I wish that stuff would actually work. There we go. I think the star map still has a bit more work left in it. Things have been interesting here in this patch, that is for certain. This should have a interesting quantum. I believe most alien ships have this.
Quantum travel engaged.
So it does have this alien quantum here. I wanted to make sure to show you guys the green look, whereas the Vandul have the red. Even though it's, from what I know, a aUEC quantum drive, it's what it is. So that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know why that didn't do it last time. So I have flown this ship a number of times. With flying it, what I find that happens all the time is the wings extend so far to the bottom, and you have to give it a wide berth. You can't fly in real tight like you can with, say, an Arrow or a Hornet or something, where you kind of know. It's almost like driving a car with those vehicles. With this vehicle, you got to be real careful, because those legs go down so far. I am in nav mode, so we'll get some, hopefully we won't black out. There's the boosts right there. We'll see if we can. See, I feel the cartridge wall's lighter, and it turns tighter, I should say. But a number of times when I have my demo ships, that's crazy artifacting with the snowstorm. My demo ships, my other pilots were just knocking off the bottom wings because they got a little bit too low, and it was harder to judge. But it does move really well on the moon here. I'm sure I could go even faster if I wanted to. We're doing over 750 here on a moon. It flies pretty well in atmosphere. I mean, it's a quick ship. It does have 4 engines. And going into boost here, I'm well above 800, passing 900. So this thing does haul. Let's go ahead and drop it into SCM mode. Funny how your speed changes on a dime when you go into SCM mode. But boosting on a planet, not a real problem here. A little bit more control in SCM mode, of course, because we're going slower. Let's go ahead and go into third person. I don't like flying in third person in yellow right now because it seems like we're getting a lot of artifacting with the snowflakes and stuff like that, but it is absolutely beautiful. Let's give it a roll rate check. Pretty good. Not as fast as it necessarily should or could be. We'll give it a pitch maneuver here. Now, granted, this is an SCM. And powering out. Woo! Got pretty close to the ground there. And for a yaw check, pretty good in yaw. So all in all, it is a maneuverable ship, and that should lend to it being able to fight pretty well. Here's the laser repeaters. Now, these had issues in 3.22. There is a lot of ammo in these, and they're special just for the santok.yai. See, there's a ton of ammo in those. So as long as our shields hold up, this thing should be pretty good. Let me know what you guys think about it. And stay tuned at the very end. There's a blooper reel. If you want to see my demo pilots, Tibbs and Optimisto, crash and run into things. It was quite funny at the time for me filming it, but they didn't love it. So with that being said, let's check out a combat mission and see what we got going on. And then we'll actually, after the combat mission, we'll dive into some stats on the ship, on Urkel and SE ship performance viewer. We'll compare it to another medium ship and probably to its cousin, the cartridge wall, just to see the differences. Then we'll do dogfighting here, in the chase camera dogfighting, where we're just filming it. One thing I have noticed in 3.23.1 is that when we're in space, the sounds are now different. I can't hear things, especially when I'm filming. If you check out the ribs above me, to the left and to the right, Looks like the ship is breathing, which is actually really awesome. But anyway, I can only hear the flybys and the guns and the lasers and stuff like that when they're really close. So it kind of, I wish there was a slider for that where I could adjust the sound, but I get it. There's not a lot of sound in space, but it's also a video game. I didn't have a lot in atmosphere either. So, all right, with that being said, let's go find a mission. Do some combat. Stay tuned. All right, folks, so here we are. We have a little bounty mission we're going to do. I like to basically kind of come in travel mode. I hit about 20 clicks or so. And then I will hop into SCM mode. Since we're coming from further away, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the missiles. I'm not trying to be stealthy or anything, the ship, so... Okay, it looks like we have a neutralize. 17 clicks away. There we go. Jamar Ebner. We got some Tempest 2s loaded up. I'll throw one more missile on there. Give ourselves some boost. We should be in range, but maybe we're not. Oh, there we go. Now we're in range. I didn't hear lock. Swap into missile mode. Okay, I'm guessing it's locked. I didn't hear missile lock, but I'm going to launch them anyway. Now it says we're locked. It looks like those missiles hit. This is a prospector, so it should have the bug where there's a ton of hit points on the nose. Hopefully we don't die. Okay. I keep forgetting I need to get out of scan mode. All right. Woo! Come on, I need the back of the ship. This thing should outmaneuver a prospector. Since there is no more gimbal mode because everything's gimbaled. Stay away from the nose. This thing likes to maneuver a little squirrely. Prospector's a little squirrely. Come on, buddy. It has quite a bit of laser, I will say that. Definitely hitting it. It's pretty red. Can I sub-target this thing? Oh, geez. Why did it slow down? I'm actually sub-targeting the... wonder if I can get its
Attack on shields.
Oh, they're finally shooting at me. Okay.
Target destroyed.
All right.
Front crash
We
close.
blow ships up around here. There we go. Bye-bye. All right, now let's go after main target. See if we can lock some missiles. He's not coming after me too much. This is a Razor LX.
Missile locked.
Let's see if those missiles actually find him. Looks like they missed.
Missile locked.
Okay. He didn't look like he's actually hit me. Okay, those missiles are away. They're not going after him either. So we'll try to hit our pip. Blow up this Razor as soon as we can. Easy mission on here, guys. Not trying to
Attack on shields.
really try to die on the video.
Alert.
Razor moves so nice. The HRTs and even the MRTs are way harder than they used to be. All right, and I don't see anything to do a hard death on. Guess that's him. There we go. So bounty complete, a couple $1,000. What do we think about this ship? I don't know. So the ship did move around quite nicely. The control of it was really good. It was nice in a fight. So that's nice. It just doesn't speak to me in a way that makes me want to keep it. There's something about the Hornet, there's something about the Saber, there's something about other medium fighters that just say, I'm badass. Maybe it's the way they sound, maybe it's the way they kind of skid around a little bit, like almost like an American muscle car, so to speak. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you've flown the santok.yai, I'd love to hear your comments below. With that, we're going to go land this thing, and actually, yeah, we're going to land it. Then we're going to go do some quicks, as quick as I can, stats, and then we'll do a third-party face dogfight stuff and wrap up the video with final thoughts and my recommendations on if you should purchase a santok.yai. It's not for everyone, like every ship, but maybe it is for you. Who knows? Stay tuned. All right, guys, before we go, I wanted to do one more test, and I wanted to wait till I was in a really dark area. As you can see, we're coming up on Seraphim, and if we go into reshade mode, like our MVG mode, obviously we can see really well. We can see where Seraphim's at and stuff, but sometimes we want a little more realism. I want to check the lights. So
Thank you.
those are the lights. Now, if this was the Car to All, it would have lit up Crusader by now. Although I haven't flown it in 323, so I don't know for sure how good they are, but let's just come to a whoa, almost hit that. Whew. Yeah, lights are on because I can see them lighting things up.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So they're not that great. Kind of hoping they'd be better, and I have no idea what. Oh, there we go. That hangar is what I'm going to do. Let's see as we get closer to the station, and hopefully I don't hit the station, how much we can actually light things up. So okay, that lights up Seraphim Station pretty decently. I think these lights could definitely be better. And here's a quick tip when coming into land. So come to a stop, and then bring your ship into SCM mode. Right, so you're going sort of slow. Then when you're ready to go down in, right, kind of top nose down in, and actually go into your hangar before you drop the gear, because it will transform the ship once you drop the gear. So now I'm actually in the hangar, and all I need to do is go down. So now when I lower the gear, you can see, boom, the ship's just falling, and it just fell. I didn't hit anything, it just immediately fell with gravity. So that's a problem that CIG needs to fix. I hope CIG watches this and sees that there's some flight issues with the santok.yai. And it's hard to see me now, but with that, let's head back to the stats like we should have done. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on the video. And there are ways to contribute to the video. You can join or you can subscribe to our Twitch channel, become a YouTube channel member, become a patron, buy one of our shirts, support the B team, hop in our Discord, come fly with us. We love getting new streamer or new players in our stream, and we have a ton of people playing all kinds of different times, international audience. Come fly with us, come hanging out with us. Jawa and I are both veterans of the US military, so we love talking military stuff. And we're both a little bit older, mid-40s, Jawa's mid-50s. So, of course, we play Star Citizen. We have disposable income, right? All right. This is a really dark picture, and I regret doing this so dark. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, folks. So as you can see, we are back. Let's look at some stats. On the Aopoa santok.yai, first thing we're going to look at is Urkel.games, which is a site that has, well, a lot of the ship stats are stored on the server now, but a lot of the things are still viable, even with the 3.23 patch. So look at the role of the santok.yai as a medium fighter, combat crew, it's a size 2 ship, crew size of 1, obviously, SCM speed of 220, it's boosting speed 480, it's backward boost speed 250. That's important because backstrafing is a thing in combat. It's max nav speed 1150, so all these numbers were right on. Picture on roll 51 and 150 degrees of roll, so nothing crazy but still pretty good. Boosted, so with afterburner boost and rolling 61 180 better. It's HP 12,410, and we can see that Urkel now does this. It breaks up, hey, what parts have how much hit points. The dimensions, it's when it's fully out, it's actually quite a large ship for a medium fighter. Weighs about 88,000 kilograms. Pretty decent hydrogen, and well, hydrogen's not great, but the quantum fuel's a little better than normal. I think normal's like 500 something for a medium fighter. We'll look at its DPS. This is all stock stats here. 960 DPS for its repeaters. The missiles do 8 missiles in total because there's 4 missile racks. 13,362 damage with all the missiles. It does have a size 2 shield. That's kind of a big deal. That's one of the things that sets this guy apart from other medium fighters, is that this has 1 size 2 shield. A lot of other fighters have 2 size 1 shield. So 6,000 hit points for its shield. The power plant, the stock power plant, the Dynafluxes, military grade B shields, by the way. I'm sorry, power plants, which are really good. No need to upgrade those like at all. They're plenty of power because we're way under half of our requirement. The shields in this patch don't matter because they're all the same hit points, but it does come with military grade C shields. The FR-76s, the grade A's, there's still 6,000 hit points, so don't bother doing anything with shields. For the coolers, more than enough cooling. The polar coolers, military grade B's, 150 needed, and it provides 560. It is not stealthy at all. EM is really high at 11,814. IR is really high at 13,000. And its little bonus there is negative 50% to physical damage. You can buy the ship at Area 18 Astro Armada for about 9.3 million Alpha UEC. That's good because it is over 6 months old, and we are in the following patch that it was released, so that's a good thing. The quantum drive it comes with is a military grade C beacon drive. Interesting choice. It is a really fast drive, but not super efficient for size 1. You can see it could go to Crusader to Hurston, no problem. Just enough gas. Microtech to ArcCorp, nope. Can't make that trip. You'll have to stop for gas. It could probably go about 5 minutes or so without needing gas. If we change this drive around to say, see, a beacon's 253. If we put a Spectre on it, it would still need gas. Yeah, all the stealth drives would still need gas on it. The competition drives are not that fast. So if we just go with the fastest civilian drive, which apparently now is the burst, civilian grade B, it still needs gas. Microtech 2 or Corp. So one step lower is the Rush. It used to be the Voyage, but not anymore. Rush would still need gas, but look, the Voyage, still the best drive. Civilian grade B, 157,000 for the or kilometers a second for the speed. It just makes it for Microtech. So go with the Voyage because it doesn't have enough quantum fuel for the rest. It does have 20 thrusters all over this thing, so interesting. Does 9.22 G's forward in the main, and what is that, 8 meganewtons forward, something like that. Yeah, let's look at the weapons. Okay, Tempest size 2 cross-section missiles. That's great. The missiles are fine, although they didn't work on my second target in combat. So, but the Yang 2 laser repeater, it's actually, I really like it. It has quite a bit of ammo, 94 ammo in it, until it's empty. It's not super crazy powerful. If we look at the repeaters, it is tied for the least amount at 506 with the Panthers, which are also the cheapest. How much is a Yang? So a Panther costs 8,900 at its cheapest. The Yang 2, you can't buy them. Okay, so at least you're getting a free Panther equivalent. But if you're going to go with a laser repeater, your best bet is the NDB-30, which I believe you can get is the Attrition 3s. What's the difference here? The Attritions have 356 DPS versus the Yang 2's 221. You can get the Attritions at Hurston. They go for about 12,000 a piece. Not too terrible. Here's the trade-off. They only have 38 ammo in them. So significantly less firepower in comparison to the Yang 2, or at least significantly less ammo to the Yang 2. If we were to stick with repeaters and go with the NDB, that's kind of in the middle at 58 ammo. But I mean, that's why we get Helix 1s when we mine. We want more power. And actually, if we pull up to the cannon, you can see the cannons are pretty powerful too. We could look at like an M5A, 844. The M5A, they shoot a little bit slower, but pretty significant on its DPS. Same as the Attrition. The Attrition has 38 ammo. The M5A has 22, so it does shoot a little slower, but it's a little bit more powerful. I'm gonna do a video on guns here in this patch and do some analysis on it. There's also the Light Strikes, the FLs, the Omni Skies. So guns are quite a bit different now. You can also load up ballistic heaters, Gatlings, cannons. Look at the Deadbolt 3, 250 ammo on it, but it does a lot of damage. Ballistic Gatlings, the Tiger Strikes, Mantis GT220, because it's a size 3. Can't get those size 4s on there. Revenant. So interesting how it's kind of loaded out, all stocky like. Okay, that's enough with Urkel. Let's head on over to the performance viewer and take a look at, I guess, a deeper look into some of the stats. I really have loved this site. It's spviewer.eu, and then I searched for the santok.yai. So it gives you all kinds of extra stats here. The weapons, the damage, the hull, and all that stuff. Same thing Urkel gives you in that. It does let you know interior is 0.25 SCU. It tells you your fuel here, your radar emissions. Urkel does that too, but Urkel does, I don't believe it gave you a cross section. This cross section is pretty high. The top cross section 12,000, so not stealthy. It's not a stealthy ship. Gives you all the flight performance data, things we have, our boost forwards, our boost backward Gs, things like that. Pick shell roll, endurance and refuel costs. So it basically says we can fly for, I think, 36 minutes on hydrogen, and it costs about $870 to refuel. The insurance timer, 7.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes when expedited, and the expedite costs 3,800 alpha UEC. Again, it goes into weapons a little bit. I'll talk about the gimbal in a minute. All the alpha energy, all that kind of stuff with weapons and the systems and all that stuff. But I'm looking more for different stuff with the ship itself. Tells you how much things weigh, the power distribution, how all these things work, the emissions breakdown, what is putting out what emissions, things like that. So much detailed information. Fuel flow per minute, the flight time, the boost multipliers, all that kind of stuff. So there's so much information. But my real benefit, I guess, here of this website, besides just having so much information, such a great website, is actually comparing it. I can take this ship and bring up the santok.yai here, and let's grab another medium fighter. Let's grab the new baby. Let's grab the Hornet F7A Mark II. We'll compare them. The santok.yai is in red. The Mark II is in blue. So we can see in speed, Mark II wins, not by a lot, but very, it does win. It wins in top speed. It has more propulsion. It loses in its downward G's with boost. That makes sense because the santok.yai's engines are on gimbals. The boost multiplier, the Hornet wins in this category. Now the shields. This is the big thing about the santok.yai, is it can kind of take some punishment, right? Not a huge hull, but significantly more shields, right? Double the shield pool of a Mark II, F7A Mark II. That is significant. It takes a lot longer to get through it, so that is a bonus for it. It has more hull durability as well. It many times when we were flying around and I was filming, my pilots would lose a wing or something. It still had survivability, so it was able to take a licking and keep on ticking. Maybe we'll call it the Timex. For a total health pool, though, the Mark II wins handily, almost double its total health pool, and it has more parts as well. The resistances and stealth modifiers, as we look for physical, they're really about the same. The Hornet has less emissions all the way around, which is fine, but it's not a stealth ship either. So dimensions and mass, the Hornet is lighter and it's smaller overall. It has a bigger internal cargo inventory. It has less emissions, as we just talked about. It has a bigger fuel tank too, bigger quantum tank and bigger hydrogen tank. It does burn more fuel per minute. It does. The santok.yai has a little bit less of a flight time in comparison to the Hornet. It's not crazy, but it is significantly less, except in combat. It's like the santok is a little more efficient. The weapon capacitor for the santok.yai is higher. Of course, this is all stock weapon. So the santok.yai was made to have those laser repeaters, so that's why it's like this, and it fills up faster too than the and then all the boosts, regen rates, all that stuff is the same. If we throw it up on a summary chart, we can basically see where the Mark II is better. So a lot of this area is shared, right? The Hornet Mark II is better in backward speed, strafing, and pretty much up speed. It's better at pitch, and it's a little bit better at physical damage resistance, as well as a little bit more total HP and vital part HP. santok.yai is significantly better in the down category of flying, and its shield pull is significantly better as well. And then there's a whole metrics thing here of the sizes. I don't think we can necessarily spin this around. Let's go to the side. So here we see the Mark II Hornet versus the santok.yai. The Hornet's just, it's tight, it's small, it's fast, it's significantly smaller, and I like that better. So let's get rid of the Mark II. Let's look at the santok.yai's little brother, the Cartual. Let's just go to the summary chart here. The Cartual is in blue. So what is the Cartual better at overall? It has way more flight time. It's stealthier. It has faster nav speed, which it should. It's a light fighter. It's faster flying forward, backwards, strafing, up, down, pitch, yaw. The santok.yai has more shields. It's a little bit better in the HP for parts. There we go. So other than that, they're very similar if we go to just, let's go down to the weapons section down here. The santok.yai has much more of a capacitor than the Kartual. Of course, medium fighter to light fighter as well. The Kartual is just so darn maneuverable. It has more quantum fuel, has way more hydrogen. Wow, 1 billion in this pack. That's a lot of flying around. It has significantly more inventory, 2,000 micro SCU. It's probably a bug, maybe? Sure. It weighs significantly less, way less emissions, way less shields, half the shields. It has a little bit, the Kartual has more hull durability, which is actually surprising. And if we go to the size of these ships from the side, you see the Kartual is taller, and that is a disadvantage for me, but the santok.yai is really tall as well. So if we look at it from the top, are fairly close, I guess. The santok.yai is much maybe that's the thing that's just tossing me off santok. All right, guys, so now we're going to move on to the chase camera dogfight. And so please stay tuned, watch that. Watch our pilots, Tips, and Optimus to fly around. And shenanigans incurred. And maybe I'll throw that in a blooper. So stay tuned for that. All right, thanks for staying tuned. And final thoughts on the santok.yāi. I really wanted to love this ship. I had it in concept for, man, a couple years at least. And I really like the idea of it. I do like alien ships. Some about this ship just really rubs me the wrong way. I would have liked it more if it was a little more compact. I get that it's kind of bug-like. That's weird for a turtle species. I don't like the bugs that it has on it in 3.21. The button's not working. Basically, the VTOL not working. It flying around basically decoupled when you're in landing gear configuration. I like its maneuverability. I don't love it. I like it. It flies well. It shoots well for the lasers that it has. I think it's a decent medium fighter. It's just not my favorite. It's not a hot rod. It's not a muscle car. It's a Toyota. if I had to throw it down, it's like, okay, it's middle of the road. It's not necessarily bad at anything. It's not necessarily great at anything. It's unremarkable. It's an unremarkable ship. It does have some cool features. It has size 2 shield, which is huge, right? It can take a ton of shield damage, but shields do go pretty quick. It's trying to think of good things. It has the breathing thing that you can only see when you're looking at yourself through this in the ship. Who does that except me when I film? So, but it's cool. It's not a reason to buy a ship. So here's my plans with my santok.yai. It's an LTI token. More than likely, it's Invictus launch week right now. More than likely on Aegis Day, I'm going to CCU this for a Firebird. So there I said it. And sorry, CIG. I really wanted to like this ship. I know the bugs will get fixed, right? It's just not doing it for me. It's no Saber. It's no Hornet. It's a very average medium fighter. It doesn't suck at anything. It doesn't excel at anything for me. And I just don't. It's like the Gladiator. I love the ships, the Star Citizen, but I don't have fun playing with it. It just doesn't speak to me. Just something about it. I don't know what it is. When I'm in the F8, when I'm in the Hornet, when I'm in a Saber, when I'm in an Arrow, when I'm in a Gladius, when I'm in a Cartual, all those ships speak to me. They have something about them that is really good, like really good. And I can use that to my advantage. And there's things to them that are really bad. Red Cartual gets beat up real easy, but its maneuverability and its speed is what really sets it apart. And santok.yai is a Toyota Tercel or what is a Dodge Stratus. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tried to make it fairly short, as short as I could. I'm known for my long videos, so hopefully you skipped around in the chapter markers below. Please, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the ship. Subscribe to the channel, that helps us grow. We are doing some ship giveaways. When we hit every 500 subs milestone, we give away a ship. I think we're giving away a ship on each upcoming stream here coming up. So a Nursa, and I think we're giving away a MPUV-1T. I want to give away a Pulse. So things are happening in the B team now that we actually have content to make. Now that we have a game with stuff we can make content on, because we haven't had that since prior to CitizenCon. So Jawa and I are looking forward to making some more videos for you guys. Other than that, excuse me, I think that's it for the santok.yai. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Remember, if the fist don't get you, the lightning bolt will. Oh, there goes your wing.
What the fuck? I don't even touch the fucking was fucking 150 meters under the fucking asteroid and you take my wing off.
It's called the blooper reel, my friend. Everyone with Tim's in the santok.yai. And boom.
So I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. He went straight down. You gonna land on it?
I do, that is not like I'm level 2 I'm gonna have.
It'd be fun to watch the station blowing up though. Oh, here we go. Okay. I am filming. Maybe it'll let you. Oh yeah, you forgot you have no maneuverability. Oh, bigger. I'm mentioning it to be bigger. Maybe the hangar's on the bottom.
The hangar is on the back of the ship. Hey, perfectly done that one.
Nice. No crime staff.
Oh no. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh, nice.
I was already telling to know.
You know how to do a split S?
Absolutely not.
Oh, you went right to the ground, buddy.
Was not seeing shit. With the fucking snow.